You don't belong here.
You're wrong. This is exactly where I'm meant to be.
So, you've played before a character who also exists in a video game on screen, but this marks your debut as acting in one yourself. And I'm curious, was it what you expected it to be like? Did it differ a lot from acting on the stage and screen?
Surprisingly, wasn't that different. And I think because I trained in theatre, so I know what it feels like, or rather I was taught there to exist, in really feel comfortable in an uncomfortable, in the uncomfortable, in the unknown, and I can be a fool, and I think that helped me when I stepped into the volume, which is the space that we motion capture exists in. You step into the volume and you feel so naked. You've got no makeup on your face. You've got baby grow onesie on with like dots and he's load of Velcro sticks to everything, and a camera on your head. It's unusual, and it can be. You can either choose for it to inhibit, or you can choose for it to allow. And it really did. For me, it felt like being a child, and from that place, I can access so much more emotion than maybe if I'm on TV or film or even in theatre. There's, yeah.
And can you talk a bit about how you came to this role in the first place?
Yeah. So the opportunity came to me, and I grabbed it. I wasn't going to let it go because it was something that I knew would. I'd learned so much from, and I really have. I've always wanted to do motion capture. I'm a very physical performer. I enjoy working with my body. I feel before I think, and motion capture excited me because of that. And I knew that I would connect to it, and I did.
And can you talk a little bit more about what the recording process was like? Did you get to work with your fellow actors at all when you were doing it?
Yeah, I did. I was. It was like any other rehearsal period, or rather, it was a combination of theatre and TV, because you didn't get the chance to rehearse, but you were working it out in the space that you were doing it, doing the scene. So it was a combination of both, and having actors around you working it out, and kind of constantly like challenging your own version of the scene is so helpful.
And in what areas would you say you're most similar to Haruna, and how are you different, if you are different at all?
Similar. I think what I brought my own culture to this character, and I can understand in Haruna how what that means for her character. A sense of real, a sense of being rooted in something bigger than yourself, a community, a force. And for Haruna, she's very aware of being powerful. And I tried, I don't have supernatural powers, but I definitely feel empowered by my family and thought of that. And I don't really need to think of it. I just know that they're behind me.
And you mentioned that element of power, and I feel like fans have really gotten used to seeing you in these really powerful women roles like Yennefer and Haruna. Can you tell us a bit about what it's like stepping into the shoes of really powerful women in a lot of the roles that you take on?
Yeah, I'm just really lucky that I play characters that have been incredibly considered and they've been thought through and they're complex and there's enough information about them in every role I play that kind of allows the audience to like brings the audience into that complexity. I'm lucky to play those characters. Yeah.
And do you consider yourself a fan of video games at all? Do you play them in your spare time?
I don't play them I used to as a kid. And The Witcher, being part of the Witcher world, I kind of picked that up again with that game. And I'm sure I will again with this game. But I wouldn't call myself a gamer. I'm firmly in the gaming world, but I need to try harder.
What did you enjoy playing when you were a kid?
Mario Kart.
Oh yeah.
That was what I used to play with my family.
Who would you drive as?
I think it was Luigi.
And now that you've experienced it, you mentioned enjoying the mocap elements and that sort of thing. Would you say, in general, video game acting is now something you'd really like to pursue more of in the future?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know why I hesitated. I love video. I love the world. I think it's so freeing. I mean, as free as you feel playing the game is as free as I felt doing the work.
And I'm curious, in a fight between Yennefer and Haruna, who do you think would win?
Oh, that's so hard. Have you played the game yet, Unknown 9?
No, I haven't.
No. I was going to ask you the question because I'd love to know who you think would win. I can't possibly say. I mean, such a difficult question. It would be a meeting of incredibly powerful people, and I think it would stop there. And I think Yennefer might win with fury, to be honest.
Do you think outside of a possible fighting context, would those two characters get along if they just happened upon each other?
No, Haruna would think Yennefer is ridiculous. I'm sure. Haruna is so honest and seeks truth. And Yennefer would be like, and Yennefer would always be jealous of or envious of how on earth is Haruna this authentic and brilliant, and how can she walk through the world so confidently, and how does she know so much? It would be, there'd be maybe they would get on, but it would take time, and I'm sure it would take a fight for them to recognise that, or to them to respect each other.
Now, I haven't gotten a chance to play this game. Have you played it a lot since you've started the process working on it?
No, I haven't played it at all. Can't wait. I'll play it when it comes out with everyone else.
And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't ask if you can just give fans any sort of insight into the next season of The Witcher.
Yeah, I mean, we're following the books. Everyone knows we're following the books as best we can. Yennefer is stepping up and after Tissa's death, and she is having to take from Tissa's good and bad qualities of being a mentor and a mother, and figure out what her version of that is and what the best version for the continent is.
Awesome. And obviously without too many spoilers, but I'm curious if there are any scenes you recorded for this game that you're especially excited for players to finally encounter when the game is out.
In this game? If I can recall any moments. I love the scenes. I think the scenes with in the fold. Have I given too much information away? Spoiled anything? In the fold it's another dimension. I mean, why wouldn't you want to go in there and see what's it's capable of? Yeah, I am excited for gamers to be in the fold with Haruna.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That about does it for my questions, but I really appreciate that you taking the time to talk with me.
Oh, thank you.
Learn more about this game. It looks really cool.
Oh, thanks. I hope you enjoy it.
The Fold is a strange place.
Vincent found something down there.